Let's talk about why we need IT policies. Policies address the requirement to protect information from disclosure, unauthorized access, loss, corruption, and interference. Have you heard of the CIA model? The CIA model is designed to help guide the formation of policies for information security within an organization. CIA stands for confidentiality. Think private data and controlled access. Integrity. Think trust and reliability of data. Availability. Think reliable access for authorized users. Policies provide clear guidance to general users, managers, and technical people about what is acceptable and expected. Policies take the guesswork away from working with systems and data, and manage business risk through defined controls that provide a benchmark for audit and corrective action. With our huge reliance on technology, ensuring business continuity is critical. Many organizations have had to deal with ransomware, which can impact business operations and can result in a costly recovery exercise. As we collect data and information, the level of regulatory oversight being applied around how the data is handled is likely to grow, as are the penalties for data breaches. Ensuring that an organization understands and communicates its responsibilities for protecting data is very important. So what are the most common challenges our customers tell us they encounter when trying to develop, deliver, and maintain IT policies? Many inquiries come from organizations who have a requirement to deliver new policies or update existing policies, and they are struggling to allocate time and resources to do the job properly. Often the person given responsibility for writing policies has no prior experience in doing so. Writing documentation of this nature and crafting high-level, easy-to-read policy statements for the right audience takes practice and time. In some cases, senior management don't fully appreciate the risks and implications of not having organizational policy to adhere to. And security policies may be regarded as a roadblock rather than an enabler. This line of thinking then impacts the funding or resourcing of IT policy work. It's quite common to find there is little structure in place to cover the ownership and management of IT policies and compliance requirements. Therefore, having a clear owner identified and engaged stakeholders increases the quality and effectiveness of policy output. Continuity of personnel can represent an issue. That is, when people responsible for policies move on from an organization, their policy material can be sidelined or left unmanaged. Policies are not formally socialized. Some organizations have them filed and hidden away, only to be referenced in the event of an issue. Lastly, people who draft IT policies may find it difficult to cross-reference and align to recognized standards and industry best practice. Let's take a look at the common shortcomings of the DIY approach. Olivia, tell us what you found when doing policy work in-house.
No problem. Firstly, this work was put in the too hard basket for a long time, and was given a low priority until a crisis occurred. The existing material we had was out of date, and we had instances of employees pointing out the shortcomings in our existing policy wording. We tried to use a selection of pre-developed templates, but they didn't correlate to how our business operates and needed a lot of work to modify. Also, the templates were not mapped to industry best practice or recognized standards. Some of the older policies we had information for the general user population, but we then confused things for everybody by including additional information for managers and technical staff. Really, that additional information should have formed unique policies for those roles. We also had quite a lot of confusion over what constituted a policy, a standard, a process, or a procedure. This ultimately saw that some of our policies were written more like a how-to guide. Having written and approved some policies, there was no one tasked with keeping them up to date as our business requirements changed. Like many businesses, we were busy and under-resourced in the policy area. Lastly, we never properly deployed or socialized the policies. Ideally, we should have made them more visible and linked them to some cybersecurity awareness training.
Thanks for your input, Olivia. On that note, let me talk about what we can provide to assist your organization and others. Policy Management as a Service is designed to deliver and maintain easy-to-read, customizable policy content. The policy content is mapped to recognized industry best practice and international standards. Combined with a range of key functions for user and policy management, the service assists organizations to develop good security behaviors that minimize IT security risk. For a detailed walkthrough of the Policy Management as a Service offering, take a look at the video, Policy Management as a Service in Depth. For more information, you can visit our website.